Hi everybody. Today I'm going to show you about foliage use in Unreal Engine. So what is foliage? So foliage is a let me show you. So this is the Unreal Engine official website. You can see foliage mode in Unreal Engine. Here they explain detail about the foliage. Foliage mode is a set of tools that enable you to quickly paint static mesh and actor. You can paint your static mesh and actor on the landscape very easily with this function. So these function are supported: actor foliage, static foliage. Now these are the tool which we use in foliage. By selecting tool we can select. They explain it briefly in here. The tool is select and what it does, all tool and what it does, deselect what it does, all select, select all the foliage instance, deselect clear all the select current selected, single only paint on one instance, fill we can fill the whole static mesh or a surface. This is the brush options: brush size, density, filter setting, uh, culling settings. Foliage instance or render is a cluster and a single draw cell, and each cluster is either render is and lot setting, lighting, foliage scalability. There they explain briefly about the foliage. I request you to all to go to the page and read all, so better understand. You can see that all of the objects are very clearly very fit in the landscape, the rough landscape. Now back to our level. I show you about the use on practice. Now create a new level, delete the floor, go to landscape and create a landscape. There is our landscape. We have already a material selected. Apply the material. I already apply it. Now go to paint and apply the layer info. I created the material in early tutorial. I hope you all see that. Now by selecting tools we only can select one foliage, one instance. By all we can select all of the instance in the level. By deselecting we can deselect whatever we selecting. So that's the option. So go to starter content and here we have all the type we need: material, static mesh. So select the sm bash, bush and apply on foliage. Select sm roth, that's the roth, and apply on foliage. We just paint our bush and roth in the landscape, so we choose those two. Now right button, there is a lot of option. By paint tool we can paint, we can increase the brush size, paint density, and there is other option also where we can paint landscape, static mesh, bsp, foliage. Now if we paint, click in left button, there is, you can see the rock and the bush, the detail, the very I mean very big much number they are painting. So each we use 1.5k 1500. And by selecting tools we can select one individually. We can scale it, we can move it, we can rotate it, whatever way we prefer to use it. We can also delete it, we can delete it, we can select all of the foliage and we can delete it. There is 00, control z, we are back to in the same position. Now there is a lasso tool. Using this tool, so we can select a certain type of certain area of foliage. There is a reapply, there is a single, we can use in this function and apply single foliage. That's very handy. Sometimes we need to use single foliage, so that's why this is the function. There is a fill function. We can fill all the surface with the fill function. There is erase, so we can erase it. Also we can erase by pressing shift key and mouse left button. There is a remove, there is a move. Now select with this lasso and remove it. That's remove. There is a landscape, static mesh, BSP. Now I want to create a static mesh. I just select the cube and drag it to the level and make it very scale like this. Yes, and apply any grass material. This material is perfect, I like it. So this is the material on the surface. Scale it. Now using foliage fill tool, and if we press selecting both of these, those are active. We click on the top of it, they will create lot of foliage. We can deactive one, right button, we can save it, deactive, remove, replace, show content browser. We can use all of the function. I just deactivate the bush, and if I click, only rock is created. We can also deactive the rock and active the bush, and there is only bush. So this is how you can use your function as your own preference way. You can see the number. You can active, deactive one and another. We can active both. We can active one, selected one. Now you can see by selecting one of these, there is a density. Now there is a 100 on this density. There will be 100 piece of it, instance of it. Now if we just create, yes, you can see the number. There is a lot of rock, there is a lot of bush, but if we give 10, there is only few foliage. We can increase the radius, we can make changes in here. There is a scaling, there is X, Y and Z offset. If we increase the Z offset high, if we click, the foliage will be created a lot of higher above the ground. Now we can see, but we don't want that, so make it 0 and paint. There will be bush in the ground. There is another function, collision, no collision, movable or static. Now go to the selected, and if we play, we can go through the rod. Here it is, we are go through the rod because there is no collision, so we must add to the collision. Now if we go inside of the rock and bush, go to the rock, there is no collision. We cannot see any collision. Just add a collision by clicking apply. Now we have a collision, save it. But if we play, we can also go inside the rock, have no collision, and we don't want that. So what can we do? Open the rock. We can change the settings here, but that have no impact mainly. I just add a bots, but still we can go inside. We can still go inside, but if we place the rock in here, but we cannot go from here, but we can go the other one, the foliage one. So why this has happened? This has happened because when we created the foliage, we selected there is no collision, so that's why there is no collision in the foliage. Let me show you. We selected the rock, we are going there is no collision, and if we go block all, and if we select some foliage, and if we play now, there is a collision. So this is how it they use it. Be careful about it. So see you in next tutorial.